Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing messages from above that you need to hear right now. So these are going to be messages from the angels, messages from the higher realms, anything that you're needing right now for personal healing, motivation, just anything really. So you have the 4 piles that you see here in front of you. We've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So select the pile or multiple ones that resonate with you, and you can use the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you feel drawn to more than one, take that as a sign that there are multiple messages for you. Sometimes the readings will connect, sometimes they will be separate messages, but just take what resonates and leave the rest. Enjoy your readings, guys. We'll see you there. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your reading. So let's take a look at what messages from above that you need to hear right now. You have creative writing. Archangel Gabriel says, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen, an article or book. Yeah, Gabriel's the archangel of communication. So this is all about speaking, writing, teaching sometimes as well, or receiving messages. And that's literally what this reading is about. It's like messages from above. So Gabriel is the messenger. Health and healing, Hilarion. Okay. See only love. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. You have lots of healing I'm seeing already. So communication about healing, maybe communicating something that's healing for others. Let's find out. Shower of abundance. To heal, again we have the word heal, to heal your financial situation, first give us your worries and concerns about money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you will allow. So much to do with healing here. And your final card, no need to worry. No need to worry, group number 1. This healing is really coming through for you big time from above. They're showering you with healing. There's a lot of expansion I'm also feeling from your reading, like a lot of expansion for you. So yeah, they're showing me the wand that she's holding in her hand. And this is making me think of the magician in the tarot. So it feels like there's something that you're manifesting or something that you're creating. It's a very creative energy, and it's divinely inspired is the word. I wanted to say divinely guided, but then they gave me the word inspired instead, and that's what came out of my mouth. So divinely inspired, and it's creating a lot of healing for yourself and others. So if some of you have been worried about money, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It could be to do with physical health as well, or emotional health, relationships, because we do have this heart with wings on the card there. But I feel like a lot of this is financial. So if you're under financial stress right now, they're saying don't worry about it. There's going to be a solution, and they're going to help you to heal your financial concerns. And I feel like it's not actually an issue. I mean, okay, let me just backtrack there. It is an issue in the physical sense, in most cases, most likely. You know your situation best. But what I'm feeling here is that it's not an energetic deficit. Like you have all of the abundance that you could possibly want. It's more like how much of it you actually see and how much of it you're able to receive, or perhaps how much of it you feel worthy of. So maybe creative writing or doing some journaling can help you to kind of hash out some of these worries or these fears or these unworthiness wounds so that you can heal and bring in some abundance through manifestation. The angels are showing me that they see your situation from way, way up above, like this tiny little trail that's going through here. They see your path from a vast expanse, is what they just said, a vast expanse. So they see the much bigger picture of your life than you do. And so your worries, even though they're valid, they're valid because they're subjectively true for you and it's what you're experiencing. So it's not like it's not true. It's just the way that they see it, it's very different. And they see the whole picture, they see the entire journey, and they see all of the potential, and they see all of what's actually there for you that you're not seeing. It's like they're showing me a horse with blinders on, It's like you're not seeing the full picture. And so they're trying to help you out here and provide this healing through this insight, because they just showed me Hilarion's third eye being all lit up like that. So they're trying to show you the truth here. Part of this is going to be through this reading, but part of it is going to be through you just kind of like connecting to your own sense of abundance. I think that's going to be a huge point of healing for you, group number 1, because it's going to provide you with this context that will help you to open up to receive more. And then you won't have to worry as much. And that energy of worry won't push away the abundance, because you'll trust yourself and you'll see only love. You'll see only the truth, which is love, because the third eye is divine truth. And the highest divine truth is beyond duality, it's unity, and unity is love. So the angels are trying to give you, share with you. They said share with you, not give you, because you have it in you. It's just they're trying to open you up to their perspective so you can see your life from their point of view. And that will cause you not to worry at all, because you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm a powerful creator and there's ample opportunity here, and I am surrounded by abundance and support, and I'm really, ready to receive that, and I'm super grateful. And then it just kind of shows up for you, and it's like it's just going to show up for you. Like, here you go. Here's a shower of abundance, coins raining down on you. So there's really no need to worry. But I get it. I get it. I've been in this position. I'm kind of currently in this position right now. So I totally get it. And that's why the angels are here telling us that we can work through these fears and release them so that they don't have to hold us back and restrict us anymore. So let's get some information. I kind of want to get clarifiers on creative writing. And they guided me to the Cosmic Coven as the deck that they wanted to use, because I don't have any angel tarot decks, unfortunately. But the Cosmic Coven was the one that they chose. Or that we chose, I should say. It's always a team effort between me and Spirit. We work great. They just said, thank you. Okay, that's good. Nope, there's this one as well. Those two, and then that's it. Okay, thank you. See, they help me out with everything. All right. And they want to help you out with everything too, group 1. All right. So you have the King of Swords. This is the mind, mentality, writing, communication. The King of Swords is very much Archangel Gabriel's energy. So you have a lot of messages coming in for you. You have a lot of communication. I'm seeing the Luna Moth here. What are Luna Moths representing again? I looked them up a while ago because they kept coming up for me personally at that phase in my journey. And I think they were to do with like the light in the dark, regeneration of some kind, or rebirth. I can't remember. If you guys are familiar with working with Luna Moths, can you put that in the comments so that we can all learn together? Justice as well, more air energy, so Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. It's all to do with communication. It doesn't have to be sign specific, but it's to do with communication and balance in this case, because justice is very much about equilibrium. The scales of justice need to be balanced. Everything needs to be fair, equal. The exchange of energy. They're trying to bring you an exchange of energy. Okay, they're showing me this person as being like the angel. So they've got the halo of flowers here in this case, and the sword of truth, which is the King of Swords, Archangel Gabriel. And this is you with the wool over, you've pulled the wool over your own eyes. And so you're not seeing the situation clearly, and you look a little worried, like even her body language is a little bit tensed up. She's holding herself to herself, and that's not like a relaxed pose. And so they're trying to bring you in this information so you don't worry, and so you can actually see things more clearly, and then by extension actually start to experience the abundance that's around you and the healing that is there, because you are no longer worrying and pushing it away. We're powerful creators, guys, and so what we believe, we create. What we think about perpetually, we create. What we focus on, we're giving energy to. So it's hard to discipline the mind. I totally get it. But I'm working with this with my guides right now, and they are very like strict with me that every time I have a negative thought about money, I need to counter it with that higher perspective. It's like with love, basically. And I don't push it away. I just kind of like sit with myself and be like, okay, that's a valid fear. And so I'll sit with myself in understanding, and then I feel compassion for me and I feel understood by myself. And then I'm able to switch the diatribe, switch the script, flip the story and say, you know what, like I get that that's the fear, but I also know that I'm a divine being. I trust myself. I trust my higher self. I trust my guides. They wouldn't put me in a situation that would create more lack for me unless I was meant to really learn and grow through that situation, in which case it's going to alchemize into more abundance later. So whatever, like, I guess I'll do it, and it's that kind of thing. So it's really just about realizing your power. Queen of Cups. I love this Queen of Cups, the mermaid here with her shell crown. I'm noticing the crowns a lot, so it feels like this is very crown chakra. They're trying to bring this information through your crown chakra. Oh yeah, look at that. She's got her crown chakra all lit up. So they're trying to bring in this healing through your crown chakra, so maybe you can see this more clearly. Temperance, more balance energy, justice and temperance here. So it's very much about creating balance and equilibrium, moderation. Even in regard to the example I was just giving about me moderating and disciplining my own mind in that sense, but in a very compassionate way, that is what can help to create this harmony and therefore a higher vibrational frequency, which then attracts more of what you're desiring to you. Queen of Cups is all about the emotional realm as well. So you need to get your mind and your emotions on the same page so that you can have the emotional healing and the mental thoughts that go along with that healed version of you that are going to create the results externally, like the situational or tangible outcomes that you're desiring. Ooh, yeah, Ten of Swords. I've been there. It's not a great energy to be in. The Ten of Swords is like, I tried everything and I feel like I failed, or I put in all this effort and nothing came of it, or even sometimes it can be, that you're just completely fatigued, burnt out, people have betrayed you, you're just really laid out. This is like rock bottom. I feel like this is what you're worried about. It's not what the truth is, but it could be that your energy is also depleted as well. And so they're trying to bring you in healing here at the physical level or the emotional level to support your mind. Because if your body's out of whack, your emotions get out of whack. And if your emotions are out of whack, your mind gets out of whack. It's like a domino effect. So I see here that they're bringing you balance, basically. These messages and messages from the angels or from above, they're bringing you balance here to help you to temper things, to heal, and to take these swords out of your back so you can function again. The devil. That's the worry. The devil tries to trick you with fear, with doubt, with worry. But the devil is not something outside of you. The devil is actually our own disempowerment. And it's usually through free will choice that we engage with that energy. It's our shadow side. It's our fear, our doubt, our lack of trust for ourselves and the higher truths of life. It is sometimes our lust or our foolhardiness. I just heard as well the word foolhardiness. So sometimes the devil can be an indulgent card, and that actually helps us to get more into the physical experience. Sometimes if we've given too much and it's become unbalanced, right? Like if we're not moderating it, then it becomes unbalanced inevitably, and then things are out of whack. That's when the devil card becomes very restrictive, or the devil energy becomes very restrictive. And it's funny that we're doing messages from above reading right now. So we're literally talking about angels, and then the devil card comes up. It's like heaven and hell, angels and demons, this duality between good and bad, but it's actually all within us. It's not something external, because we're creators. If we believe in that, or we give energy to the negativity, then we create that in the lower astral realms. And that's what hell is, or it's in our own physical experience of being trapped in lack or fear or doubt or shame or pain and suffering, because that's what the Ten of Swords is all about, pain and suffering. That's hell. It's not somewhere else. It's here, but it's in our own minds. And so we can create heaven on earth as well by choosing that. It's embodiment. Free yourself from the chains, group 1. You have the power. You got the Three of Cups. Love it. Celebration, especially with the Queen of Cups here. This is like a emotional success celebration. Why are these unbalanced? Hold on. I gotta fix that. Emotional celebration. Maybe a little bit of indulgence is good, like everything in moderation, guys. If you're too strict and too rigid and you don't let yourself have any fun, that becomes the devil energy too, because then you're limiting yourself. So it's like everything in moderation. That's what temperance talks about. Everything balanced here so that you can see both sides, honor both sides, and not get caught up in the duality, right? It's harmony through unity, okay? And you're, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, that's the worry. You're afraid that you're not going to have enough. You're afraid you're going to be left out in the cold. You know, maybe you won't be able to pay the rent or the mortgage or get food for your children or pay the car payments or get gas. Afraid you're going to lose your job. Afraid that money's not going to come in. Afraid the bills are going to pile up and your debts are going to skyrocket. These are all the things they're showing me right now. But they're saying there's no need to worry. Group 1, there's no need to worry. Your angels are trying to show you your power. They're trying to show you this higher perspective so you can see the truth of the situation, which is that everything is balanced and everything is as you create it to be. So if there's lack, it means you need to open up to receive and you need to trust that that's there. It's also that you need to, you open up to receiving communication too, because they keep drawing me back to the swords. They're trying to speak to you. And they will do that in many different ways, Group 1. So if you're not clairaudient and you can't hear like communication telepathically in your mind, like some people can, I can, but even sometimes I won't hear it. Sometimes I'm not listening or I'm distracted. And so they try to speak to me. That's why most of the time I hear this communication best either in readings, because I'm like dedicating time and focus to this, or when I'm intentionally tuning in and they're just giving me a pitch change in my left ear, which is the receiving side of the body. It's the feminine polarity. So yeah, receiving messages from the divine, like codes, frequencies, information. Sometimes it's not through words. Sometimes it's through symbols. Feelings, frequencies, intuitive nudges, ideas that pop into your mind, creative inspiration. Didn't we have that come up over here? Yeah, Spirit will use all forms of communication, not just words. Actually, in my experience working with Spirit, they actually find words quite restrictive. They don't like words very much. They're saying they can be fun to play with for you, but they can be also very limiting or restricting. And it's like word policing. If we limit what words we have available to us to describe something, we're actually limiting our consciousness around that subject or that topic. So like in English, we have like one word for love. Whereas in Greek, there's multiple different words for different kinds of love. So it changes how you understand something. And if you can't understand something then you can't really, you're only seeing half the picture, right? Again, that's like the horse with the blinders on. So you're not getting the full picture. And therefore, you're not going to have the accurate information to intentionally, with your free will, create your reality in a way that's more empowering, less restricting, less crappy. So they're saying like open up to this communication. Maybe it's learning something. Maybe it's through writing. Maybe you're being called to channel, journal, auto write, just like kind of mind dump to get an idea of what's going on internally, or to allow this message or this information to come through. I got chills when I started talking about that. So that's confirmation for some of you to channel in that way. For some of you, it's going to be through like learning something, like maybe it's listening to a podcast, because that's what just popped into my mind. And I don't really listen to podcasts, so maybe some of you do, or one of you does. And that's an important message for you, because there's going to be some information about healing, about opening up to Spirit, or about your financial situation that's going to help you here. And it's going to be directly delivered from the angels, is what they're saying. So like when you find that information, or when it pops up on your screen, or when you're called to it, give them a little nod and say, okay, I see it. Thank you. It's a relationship between us and Spirit. And when we work together as a team, we get shit done. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Okay. And they're like the sky crew and we're the ground crew. So we got to work together. We got to communicate on those walkie-talkies, and so that we all know where we're at. And the thing is that if you are in the maze, you can't see where to go. And so of course you're going to be stressed out and worried and afraid, especially if you've come up against brick walls over and over and over again. But spirit is up above the maze and they're looking down on it from a bird's eye view. So they see every twist and turn and they're trying to help you out. They're trying to direct you. All you got to do is sit down and listen and learn their language. Because like I said, it's not always in English or in words. It's sometimes feelings, sensations, intuitive nudges, symbols, synchronicities, numbers, information that just pops up, advertisements. They will use everything at their disposal. Everything. Other people, friends, family, pets, animals, nature. They will use anything and everything to get the message across. And if they don't get it across the first time or the 7th time or the 15th time, they're going to keep trying, because guess what? They exist outside of time. So they've got all the time in the world. They're correcting me. We've got all the time in the universe. Yeah. So, just be open to those messages coming in. Okay, I want to get the Astro Dice, so let's take a look at these for group number 1. You have the 3rd house, Leo, and the South Node. Okay, so Leo is a very gregarious, outspoken energy, very big-hearted and compassionate in the highest expression. In the lower expression, it can be a little selfish, egotistical, or self-focused in that sense. But I like Leo because it's a very sort of dramatic, but like in a fun way, in the higher sense type of energy. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that devil energy. It's like it's a bit dramatic. It's indulgent. It's very fiery, because it's a fire sign, and I think in some senses, every sign has both positive and negative. Like there's a higher and lower expression to everything because we live in a duality realm. But I'm seeing that something about this energy of Leo is connected to a past life pattern, past life wound. This could have been a past life that you lived in lack, like that you didn't have enough. Sometimes we will incarnate into lives like that. Sometimes it's because it's fated, because we've chosen things that were out of alignment in previous lifetimes, and that will carry forward until we change the script. We choose something different. But sometimes we will just choose that at soul level randomly because we want to have that experience. And I know that doesn't make sense from a human perspective. Like, why would I choose to incarnate into a third world country where I'm starving and I have nothing, or where I'm a homeless person living on the streets? But it's because we're eternal and we're infinite. So we also understand that this is all just kind of a big game, and we come on and we play this role. It's like Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. It's true. So we are all just players of the game, and as our higher selves or as our soul self, we come in and we're just like, you know what? I just want to have an experience of this so that I can understand it. And then that will always balance out. So if you've lived lives of lack, you're meant to experience lives of abundance, and vice versa, because we need to understand both sides. We understand duality through experience, because unity consciousness, the realm of the angels, the realm of the higher energies, higher consciousness, it's an eternal state of unity. So we can understand duality conceptually, but we can't understand duality experientially from that vantage point. So we have to incarnate into physical lifetimes in third dimensional or any lower dimensional planet to be able to understand it through the experience of it. That's how we learn. And then you have the 3rd house. 3rd house is ruled by Mercury, which is Archangel Gabriel's territory. It's all about communication, movement. I just heard the word transportation as well. So this could be something to do with like your car, your vehicle, commute. I just heard the word commute as well. It could be like your commute to work. Like maybe your car breaks down, then you can't get to work, and you're like, oh no, I'm super worried. And the angels are coming in being like, it's okay. Or your transport can even be like your physical vehicle, your body, right? And they were talking about healing here. So this could be physical body, like bodily healing of your, this thing that you're in right now, or rather that's inside you, because It's actually the other way around. We're not inside our body's inside us. So I feel like you're opening up to this more obvious communication and understanding past things so that you can break free from those chains. Because the South Node can be great in regard to previous lessons and things that we learned in the past that can help us to change and grow and evolve. But in the negative sense, it can be entrapping. It can get us stuck into these old cycles, and we get attached to things because that's what we're used to. But you're meant to break these chains. Group number 1. Karma. Justice is about karma. Temperance is about balancing it out, alchemizing it. Queen of Cups, feeling into this, celebrating a completely new beginning here. Maybe getting help from other people as well, but I just see a lot of like emotional healing. Yeah, definitely emotional, mental, physical healing, financial. It's like healing across the board. Like I can't even put it into a category because it's like all of them. Yeah. So that's what I see for you, group number 1. Very interesting reading. Your messages from above are really about healing. Obviously, that's like the main theme of this reading, but it's opening to this communication, freeing yourself from worry, lack, fear, stress around your money or your health or your well-being, and understanding that you are a conscious creator and you are also supported. So having that teamwork is going to help you to balance out this karma, free yourself from the chains, empower yourself through moderation, and accept this shower of abundance. Okay, so that's what I see for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'm having a great time doing these readings, so thank you for allowing me to do that. I love you, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your messages from above reading. Let's go ahead and jump into your cards and see what messages are coming through for you. So you have Nurture Yourself, Mother Mary. Victory, Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. You have the heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. Looks like you're being successful at some heart healing here. Look at these two. Wow, look at this. Oh boy, just making a mess. Mixing them up. You guys have these 2 cards when they're both doing the same motion, hands over the heart. So you're doing some very significant heart healing by nurturing yourself. Wow. Ooh. Just all over the place. Wow. Okay. You also have Cupid. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. Wow, yeah, definitely heart chakra focus. There's victory here. You're healing your heart. You're opening back up to love. This is great. Good job. Great job. Yeah, recovery. Kudos to you guys, group number 2, because, yeah, it is hard. It is painful. It's hard out here, for the heart. It's hard out here for the heart. So, yeah, I feel like you guys are really dedicating some serious intention to healing your heart so that you can accept and receive healthy love. And the angels are really, really helping you and supporting you in this process. We have Mother Mary helping you out. We have Archangel Sandalphon. Cupid is here as well. Even in this card, you can see the angel behind her, and she's coming back into a state of wholeness is what I just heard. So coming back into wholeness by reconnecting to divine love through the heart chakra is what is activating your consciousness to accept new waves of love that are presenting themselves to you within the next few weeks. Ooh. Okay, that was all just channeled through me. So apparently there's going to be love within the next few weeks for you, group number 2. Take timing with a grain of salt, but when spirit gives timing, it's usually pretty important for whatever reason, whether or not it actually unfolds that way. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers. So for group number 2, in regard to this love and this heart healing that they're doing, what is the What is the guidance here? What are the messages that they're needing to hear? Okay, one more. That's it. Nope, that one, and then we're done. Okay. Ace of Cups, my God, like you can't make this stuff up. It's amazing because nurture yourself and heart healing. This is you nurturing yourself. Ace of Cups is literally self-love. It can also be new love coming in, and that was what was just channeled. So it looks like you guys are, I'm noticing the lotus leaf here as well. So you're doing some pretty major like rebirthing of yourself. And it's a big spiritual expansion. So being able to heal yourself from the pain of the past in regard to love or relationships is really opening you up to these new levels of divine love. Wasn't that what they said? Something about divine love and your capacity. I can't remember. When I channel things, it's like it's in my mind for a second and then it's gone. So like when I do client sessions, I have to write everything down. Otherwise, it's just poof, gone. You have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, just amazing. I'm just floored by this energy, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm a little speechless because this is just beautiful. How pure you're becoming. Like you're purifying your heart. You're nurturing yourself. You're mothering yourself. You're healing. That's the Queen of Cups. It's emotional healing. You're doing a lot of self-love, self-care, self-focus. And the angels are, they want to commend you for that. They said they're recognizing you for that. That was the actual phrase that they used. They're recognizing you for that. So this is the message really, is the core of it is that they're acknowledging this work that you've been doing to heal your heart. And I just heard that there's going to be rewards as well. And I think that was what they were talking about there in terms of that new love opportunity coming in. The Wheel of Fortune. Reward. I mean, talking about rewards, the Wheel of Fortune comes in and it brings you some very destined changes and some serious up levels is what I'm hearing. Serious up levels. So I think these rewards are going to be coming in because you're clearing this pain which was attached to people from the past. And as a result, it's like you're freeing yourself from that karma, and then you're opening yourself up to dharma, which is like positive karma. You're creating aligned results. And I think I just hit the angel here. Yeah. So it's like this angelic blessing is coming in because you're putting in the work, or you have put in the work. The Tower card. Now the Wheel and the Tower here can talk about unexpected things. I don't think that this Tower card is negative. I really feel like it's actually just an unexpected change. Like it's not something that you have planned. It's not something that you have an awareness of, but apparently it's happening within the next few weeks, and it's a result of this recovery that you're going through. Victory, like success, the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and this unexpected change is coming in. Ooh, Four of Wands. It's a gateway. Look at this. They're standing under this archway. Now the Four of Wands can represent marriage, but I'm just feeling like it's a portal. It's a portal to a timeline where love is easy, is what I'm hearing. Where love is kind, where love is gentle. Aren't those wedding vows? Because sometimes the Four of Wands can represent, did I just say that? It can represent weddings. I feel extra spacey in your reading for some reason. I'm like in another dimension. I'm having a hard time like staying focused on what I'm saying because it's all just kind of coming through me. So we're just going to flow with it and see what comes up, I guess. But it feels like there's a serious commitment here, or at least a big level up in regard to your love life. Queen of Wands. I just feel so much joy from this Queen of Wands. Like she's free. She's finally free. She's liberated herself. She has healed. She is a creative genius, is the phrase I just heard. A creative genius. And that can apply to like the human, the human perspective of creativity, like painting, drawing, singing, writing, dancing, creating content even, who knows. But I'm also getting this as like a larger type of creation where like you've created healing, and as a result you've created a reality that reflects that healing back to you. The healed version of you is creating the healed reality that you're going to experience. Group number 2. This is a really profound recovery. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like there's going to be money coming from this too. Like, I know it's love and it's heart chakra related, but I think it has to do with your worth as well and what you're willing to receive, or how you're able to receive, I should say. And so I think as a result of this recovery and this nurturing of yourself and this, ample amount of self-love that you've applied, they're showing it to me like a salve that you've put on your heart. You know when you like rub Vicks Vapor Rub into your chest when you're sick? It's like you created like a salve of love, and you've just been rubbing it all over your heart, all over your chest. I think that's why we had the 2 hands on the chest. So it's bringing in this harmony, which is going to not just result in rewards of love, because they literally use the words reward, and then we had the Wheel of Fortune, but I feel like it's going to be unexpected money too. Unexpected money and unexpected romance. Wow. Okay. You have the 3 of Wands too. They just repeated the phrase creative genius again, so I feel like you're going to have a lot of new ideas, and you're going to be sending those out into the world in some way, or you're making them manifest. You're creating them. You're doing something about it because you now believe in yourself. Yeah, this goes way beyond just like a romantic partner. This is like a whole life-changing thing. This ability to nurture yourself, group number 2, is changing your life. The Empress, my God, like if this isn't the most beautiful reading, I don't know what is, because the Empress is like the abundance. She is the creator of realms. I just heard the creator of realms. It's like you're creating a realm for yourself that's filled with abundance and peace and prosperity, and I just heard practicality as well. So it's like you're not like living in a dream world. You're very practical about it, but at the same time, it's like all these blessings just shower in on you, and you have like, again, creative genius with the sunflower there, healing, growth, recovery. Yeah, this is really beautiful. So beautiful. So if you've been trying to, heal in this way, I mean, just good job, because this is beautiful. Oh, okay. They're calling me to actually get some of the cards that I handmade for the Starborn reading, and these are just on post-it notes. Oh, look at the infinity sign. Yeah, I feel like you're opening up to your infinite flow by healing your heart. You're connecting to infinity, and so you're able to create really anything. That's the Empress energy. You're just able to create anything. You're a creative genius because you're connected to the infinite realm. So anyways, let's take a look and see for group number 2. I want to get some like actual blank cards so that I can have these and make them easier to shuffle. But for right now, I just felt like I needed to do it, so I did. And post-it notes it was. Okay, they're saying that these 2 and then that's it. Okay. So the first thing I'm seeing is Hadarian. So Hadarians are starseed souls that hail from Hadar, and they are the most loving souls. Like the whole entire planet of Hadar is divine love. And every client I've ever worked with who has a soul origin in Hadar is usually their primary energy is divine love, which is related to the archetype of the heart chakra. So they're very loving, very giving, very generous, very focused on relationships, and that's actually what they need to be successful in life and to be in their divine expression and embodiment, is to be in relationship to others in a healthy way. The struggles that they often have are a lack of boundaries, codependency, overgiving, depletion, things like that. So, I've worked with a lot of Hadarians to set boundaries, improve relationship dynamics, focus on self-love, because that distorted aspect can show up as a lack of self-love and self-abandonment. So boundaries are number one, then nurturing the self and rebuilding that sense of self. So I feel like you may be of Hadarian origin, or this could just be in relation to the fact that this reading is really talking a lot about love. Love is my core vibration. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Group number 2. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see this. And the old soul too. I hold much wisdom. Yeah, you do. You are an old soul, group number 2. I can feel that. That's why you're really bouncing back in a powerful way from these wounds and from this pain, and you're able to heal yourself. I just also heard in isolation. So some of you might have had to like pull away from relationships entirely and heal yourself in isolation and then reemerge back out into the world again. You hold a lot of wisdom within your soul. I am ancient. Yes, you are. And wise. Very wise. You're the empress, the emperor. You are very powerful. Oh, you also have Arcturus here. Destination Arcturus. I am a great innovator here to change the world. Well, that's the creative aspect I was picking up on. These don't have to be your actual origins. These are more just like the energies that we're tapping into. So, Arcturians are very innovative. They're very spiritually advanced, and they're here to teach spiritual wisdom and embody spiritual wisdom. So as an ancient, very wise soul operating within this divine love vibration, I really do feel like you're here to innovate in the realm of relationships, whether that's for yourself or for others. Okay, so this was before, fractured and broken, but you're coming out of that and healing yourself. So I am in need of healing, I am healed. It's like you realized that you were in need of healing because you kept maybe attracting the same types of situations or circumstances, and you were like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that keep going. I'm not going to keep perpetuating that. I'm going to step out of that karma. I'm going to free myself. I'm going to liberate myself. I'm going to heal my heart. I'm going to nurture me. And boom, there you go. Manifested. Boom, manifested. I am playful and full of joy. Mintaken, you have all these starseed things coming up here. And not all of the cards are starseed related, but Mintakens are such beautiful, innocent souls. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but they're one of my favorites. And I spent some time in Mintaka. It's absolutely gorgeous, crystal clear, high vibrational light water, and the water is a much lighter frequency than the density of water that we have here on this planet. So it's more akin to like a gaseous type of like cross between air and water, and it's like full of rainbows, and Mintakens are like fairy mermaids. Like, it's so freaking cool there. I just love it. And every Mintaken is just so innocent, joyful, playful, innocent. Where was that? Didn't we just have it? Oh, it's on the other side of this. Duh. I am playful and full of joy. Yeah, exactly. They're playful, full of joy, so innocent, very creative. They're here to change the world by being that light. So you're definitely here to just be your divine self. That can be the innovation that changes the world. It's the healing of your heart and holding that core vibration that really, really helps to shift the entire planet. Really, don't underestimate the power of embodiment, truly, guys. There is nothing but now. And then I find it interesting that you also have there is nothing but time. So since there is nothing but now, there is nothing but time, because the ever-present eternal now is infinite. That's what they just said to me. I repeated that word for word. Timeline mastery and timekeeper. Okay, so timeline mastery is when you are able to shift your frequency. So timelines are created through our actions and choices, and the embodied frequency, oops, sorry, my bracelet hit the table, and the embodied frequency that we're currently operating at, which is based on our thoughts, our emotions, and most importantly, our actions. So when we clear karma by shifting our actions, so for example, saying no to unhealthy relationships and taking the time to nurture and learn yourself and your needs and to meet those directly, we change timelines because our frequency, our core vibration shifts, and you raise yourself up to a higher timeline because you're quite literally creating and expanding into a higher timeline. You are the creator of that timeline, and the ever-present now is all there is. So every timeline just kind of emanates from you. So you're mastering timelines and becoming a timekeeper, or you already are one because you're an ancient soul, group number 2. So this is something that your soul has mastered in many different incarnational realms, is what I just heard. So this is something that you actually are very skilled and adept at soul level, and that's why you challenged yourself by coming to Earth and experiencing some of these emotional hardships and suffering and pain, so that you could free yourself in this lower vibrational timeline, raise yourself up, create the timeline of abundance, creative power, divine expression, and pure love, and alchemize that into this ever-present now to create this operational timeline for others to come and join you on. So you're lifting everyone up as you are healing yourself, and that's how you change the world. That's how you innovate. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's get the astro dice. Oh, they're saying no, not yet, but I'm just going to grab them anyway. So what is it? What is it, Spirit? What is it, angels? Oh, they're saying tell them about the connection between the angels and the star seeds. Okay, so star seeds are souls that originate on other planets. Now, all souls originate from source. Okay, so angels, star seeds, humans. I mean, humans are just a different kind of star seed. They're earth seeds, but it's all the same thing. We all come from the same place. We're all, cut from the same cloth in that sense. And the only difference is really that some souls will choose to explore the planetary cosmos, and some souls will choose to explore the higher dimensional realms, and some souls will choose to explore the in-between spaces and everything else. Like, there's infinite realms, really. And so the angels operate at that higher dimensional frequency, and they are there to help to guide, support, and heal. The star seeds are there to explore and learn through the incarnational processes. And when star seeds incarnate into lower dimensional realms like Earth, they're here to either just kind of explore and experience, or they're here to change the world. They're here to shift the frequency of the planet, which a lot of us are, because I'm a starseed myself, and if you were called to this reading, you probably are too, because you're an ancient soul. So most likely you already know this, but if you don't, then this is an activation for you, because I'm an activator. So if you're listening to my voice right now, you're getting activated. But your soul consented, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on the video. So, okay, they're saying now you can go ahead with the dice. Thank you, Spirit. So you have Jupiter. Is that Jupiter? Saturn. No, yeah, that's Jupiter. Jupiter in Leo in the 10th house. Ooh. Okay, so I think some of these rewards are going to be in regard to your career, your public image, your standing in the world, because that's what they showed me, the word world. It's like your, how you approach the world, or how the world sees you, because you're seeing and approaching yourself differently. Jupiter's expansion, luck, blessings, rewards, growth, evolution, beliefs, philosophy, learning, and all of these good things. It can be excess, but like in the best possible way. And since you don't have like a negative card in your reading other than the Tower card, which in this context is actually really good, I feel like these are, again, big unexpected blessings that are coming in for you. So things that you don't see that are going to happen relatively soon, that are going to, I just heard, blow your mind. Okay. You have Leo, another very big, bold energy. I'm getting a lot of creative feeling from this particular Leo. And it doesn't have to be a person. If you have Leo in your chart, then apply it that way. But I'm just getting it as like an energy signature. And especially since we have the Queen of Wands here, the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Empress, it feels very much like it's creativity and expression. It's like theatrical type of energy. It's very willing to be in the spotlight. And the 10th house is about your public image and how you show up in the world. So if you're wanting, or your soul has deemed that it will be helpful to be in a public position, a leadership position, a creative position of public notoriety, then this is what the blessing or reward will bring. Because the more that you are public in this sense, especially once you're healed, you can actually hold the grounded power of that love to be able to sustain the viewership of many people or the attention of many people, whether it's indirectly or directly. We have to be healed first to be able to do that, though. Otherwise, we can't handle the energetic input of everyone else. Like if we're not very secure in ourselves and everybody else's energy is being directed towards us because they're observing us or interacting with us in that way, then we crumble. That's that negative aspect of the tower. We crumble. So we have to be very stable within ourselves to be able to hold that level of frequency. And you see that a lot with celebrities who overdose or die very young, or they just can't handle it because there's too many people. And if they haven't gone through their own processes of grounding and individuation and healing and stuff like that, it just expands it. So that's why I think it was necessary for you to do a lot of this personal healing and to go through the things that you did to be able to restructure yourself and become an alchemist for and creator of your timelines, because you're actually meant to be in a fairly public position, group number 2. If that resonates with you, if it doesn't, maybe it's in a different way, but you're going to be getting success, notoriety, rewards, and it's most likely through some kind of creativity or an expression of love. But that's what creativity is. It's an expression of love. It's just not necessarily romantic always, but I get the sense that you are here to be a leader, like a thought leader, but it's not even a thought leader. It's like you're here to be a love leader. Let's make that a phrase, love leader. You're meant to be a love leader, and that is what you're going to be known for. That's the 10th house here. Your public image, your notoriety, your reputation is going to be one of a love leader. This is absolutely beautiful. You're just going to shine that love all over the world and be the beautiful being that you are. Wow. All right, so I'm getting that feeling that the reading is closed. So that's all the messages that you had from the higher realms, that you had from above. That's what they wanted to tell you. They wanted to congratulate you and inform you of these rewards and of this new status, because it is status, but not from a level of ego. It's coming from a genuine, authentic place, because you are meant to be in a position of visibility to be able to have this love be accessible to many, many, many souls on this planet. So thank you for being courageous enough to have gone through what you did, to have healed your heart through free will and intention and action. Thank you for being here and shining your light, group number 2, because I can feel it. And I appreciate it, and the angels are clapping for you. So thank you guys. This was just a beautiful reading to do. So thank you even for that. Like I really appreciate it. All right, guys, that is it for me today. We will see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group 3, welcome to your readings. So let's go ahead and jump into your cards and find out what messages from above are wanting to come through from you right now. For you right now, I should say. You have, you are safe, Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. You also have teacher. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'm just going to butcher it, and I don't want to do that. But you have teacher, and you are safe. You have, be honest with yourself, look into your heart, and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. And you have ground yourself as well. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. All right, guys, I'm already starting to get sort of an idea of the message here, but let's look at your card here. You have choose a new direction. Okay. So we're going to get clarifiers, and we're going to get additional messages. I'm feeling the charms. I think we're going to get the charms in your reading, group 3, but I'm definitely feeling as though there's something that is out of alignment with you, and the angels are really wanting to bring that to your attention. They're most certainly protecting you, but there is some lower energies, and they can only protect you from that which is not being perpetuated by you. So like if you didn't create it consciously or unconsciously, then they can protect you from it. Or you're not an energetic match to it, then they can protect you from it. But if you are in some way contributing to it, again, unconsciously or consciously, intentionally or unintentionally, through your energy, through your focus, through what you're paying attention to, or what you have repressed within you. I just got that as well, like something might be repressed within you and you've been avoiding looking at it because it's painful. That may be why you're ungrounded, because I know a lot of the time when we don't feel safe, one of the main survival mechanisms is dissociation, and this is ungroundedness. Now, dissociation can be done intentionally through meditation for the purpose of creating more embodiment and groundedness on the other side of that meditation. It's like a more holistic understanding of the self. Or on the flip side, the shadow aspect of dissociation is disconnecting from the body to escape uncomfortable feelings, sensations, or experiences. So like a lot of trauma survivors have gone through really, really nervous system overwhelming things that they had to dissociate from, and it's not a conscious thing. It's the mind protecting itself. But at the soul level, what dissociation does is actually causes your soul to step temporarily out of your body in a small way. It's not entirely out of the body, but you just kind of like step back or you go up above. And I know because I lived like half my life like that, more than half my life like that. Super ungrounded, mostly out of the body, very spacey. And I've had to kind of fight to get my way back into the body and create safety in the body so that I could actually be in it and feel grounded. So this is what I'm seeing for you. The angels are really bringing you this message to choose a new direction, to move away from negativity, but it's really up to you. They can only do so much. And they're also emphasizing the fact that free will is something that they cannot and will not bypass. It's not even just that they cannot, it's that they will not, because that would not do you a service at soul level. They respect your choice as a divine creator. And so if you choose to engage with negative energy or to avoid negative dealing with and taking responsibility for lower energies within yourself, then there's nothing they can do to help you. Now, if you ask for help, they're not going to do the work for you, but they will assist you in doing the work for yourself, is what they're saying. They're like, we can teach you, but the teacher doesn't do the work for the student. The teacher just relays the information. You actually have to apply it. Like you have to study, you have to understand it, you have to experience it, and then you're going to see the results from that, which is going to help you feel more grounded, more safe in your body. Nervous system regulation keeps coming up, so some of you might be like chronically dysregulated, and you'll know if that's the case because usually there's racing thoughts, anxiety or jitters in the body, again, spaciness, forgetfulness, not being present in the moment, having like a high sort of tense energy within you. Or the opposite can be numbness. That's also dissociation, like depression, things like that. So I'm so sorry if you guys are going through that, group 3. I have been there. I have fought my way out of it tooth and nail. And so can you. And that's why they're saying you're safe. We're helping you. We're going to teach you how to do this for yourself. You just have to choose this new direction and be completely blatantly honest with yourself about what you need to do and what is your responsibility here. Because I can tell you that when I was in my depression, which lasted for years, by the way, I was calling out for help, but I wasn't doing anything to help myself. And that's why the angels are bringing this example up for you to understand, group 3, is because this is a similar situation. It might not be the exact same as what I went through, but it's similar enough that they're having me talk about it because there's resonance there. So I had to slowly but surely take the steps that were necessary for me to change my environment, both internally and externally, to reflect a safe space for me that I could feel grounded. So I had to end relationships. I had to heal my body through new food, exercise, movement. I had to seek professional help from therapists and doctors. I had to learn a lot on my own. Like I read a lot. I Googled everything. I stayed hopeful even though I was really deep down like feeling hopeless, but I just didn't give up. And that is what got me out, and that's what will get you out too. It doesn't mean you'll never feel sad again or that you won't dissociate, but you can heal, you can recover, and you can come back stronger. It's called post-traumatic growth. Look it up. It's a real thing. And the difference between people with post-traumatic like degradation or regression or just like a continuation of that negative energy and the people who go on after traumatic situations to grow and thrive is like an unwillingness to give up on the self, a deep sense of hope, usually spiritual faith as well. I mean, you're here in a tarot reading, so you must be spiritual to some degree. So having the knowledge that you're a soul, not the human, this is all temporary. You have infinite support. The angels are here to try and tell you that. And they're telling me that they're bringing you synchronicities. So if you're seeing synchronicities in this reading, if this is confirming things for you, or if this is even going to give you something to have context for later in the form of a synchronicity, pay attention to that too, because that's their way of trying to show you that they're there and confirm to you. It's like giving you context cues so that you can look back and understand how supported you really are. Now let's get clarifiers. So for group number 3, what do they need to do to heal? Oh, sorry, there's one in here that they wanted me to grab 2 actually. Okay, 3, fine. 4, they do this a lot. I'm like, well, just take 1. And they're like, nope, you gotta grab all of those. So for group number 3, and that's it. Okay. You have justice. Yeah, they're trying to help you balance this out, group 3. They're trying to help you get out of this situation. The 7 of Cups. I feel like you're like lost in your thoughts, or you're lost in your emotions, and there's like a lot going on in there, which is also something that's ungrounding. Excuse me. It's also something that's very ungrounding, is like being overwhelmed emotionally. And but I am seeing a lot of things in here about spirituality, like the crystals, the cards, even the palmistry hand there. It's really talking about spirituality. So I think that they're emphasizing to you to continue following your spiritual path and using these spiritual tools to help you to heal. Now that can be in addition to allopathic tools, right? Or more conventional Western tools. That's totally fine, but it's because everything's about balance, right? Again, they're reminding me that we have the literal scales here, so it's like the conventional support and the spiritual support. So that's like exactly what I did. Like sometimes I needed to go to the doctor and get medication, or sometimes I needed to focus on meditation and eating organic foods. Like it's a bit of both, you know? You have the King of Swords. These 2 cards came up and I put them in the exact same positions in group number 1. So group number 3, this may be an indication for you to check out group number 1 after this reading and see how those line up or what the messages are there for you. If that doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. You don't need to. But if for those of you who, when I said that, went, oh yeah, okay, that feels right, then go for it. There's going to be some additional stuff there for you. No freaking way. The Temperance card. And it's falling in the exact same position as in group 1. And I shuffled these cards and I did group 2's reading in between. So this is the type of synchronicity that they were talking about here. It's like, pay attention to the signs, because they're going to give you that hope again. And then you'll start to see the changes that can come from that. Because as soon as you renew your hope, you start to shift your reality, because hope leads to faith. Faith is trust. Trust is power, because it is surrendered to the divine. It's like, if you trust yourself and you trust the universe and you trust your angels, you're unstoppable. Nothing can hold you back. You will heal, you have healed, you are healed. This is just crazy. These are the exact cards that came up in group 1. The Devil. But Hermit they didn't have. So, okay. So the reason they're asking you to choose a new direction is because these lower energies are not something outside of you, by the way. The Devil is not something outside of us. Yes, there are negative entities and energies and all of that stuff that is technically outside of us, but they're only there because we as a collective, or we as like a universal collective, have created those things, because we are both light and dark. We're not just light. Even angels, it's like the brightest lights cast the biggest shadows, but true light accepts its shadow and integrates it. And that is wholeness and unity. That is the truth of the universe. That's love. So I feel like you need to accept some shadow sides of you. The Hermit card here is talking about meditation, because he's quite literally sitting in lotus pose or whatever that is, and he's activating his third eye and his crown chakra, and he's bringing in this prana, is what they just gave me the word prana, and I don't use that. I use vital force energy to describe that. So it's all the same thing: chi, ki, prana, vital force energy, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's life force. So they're definitely recommending that you do some meditation. This could be the beginning of you choosing a new direction for yourself and creating freedom from your entrapment, is what I just heard. Freedom from your entrapment in your emotional state, because it's like you're trapped in your own mind. You're trapped in your own emotional chaos, and they're trying to help you to have temperance here so that you can think clearly and choose better for yourself, so you can break the karma, because karma is just cause and effect, and it's created from our choices and actions. Either actions or inactions, both of those, create a result, a cause and an effect. So they do want you to be really honest with yourself here, and that's why introspection can be so helpful. If you're willing to just sit with yourself and ask yourself these important questions, then you can free yourself from the mind-forged manacles, right? It's like the limitations or the constrictions that are created by the self, through the self, for the self. Sometimes it's even because we fear our own power, or we're scared of being disappointed. So it's like doing shadow work, you guys. That's what the higher realms are really advising you to do here, is to do some shadow work, so that you can, you can really, I just got they just interjected and gave me a message that some of you have come from pile 1, and this is the synchronicity. So if you came from pile 1 to pile 3, they were saying about, paying attention to the synchronicities and the repeating things, because that's proof and context for you to always look back on, to reconfirm to yourself that spirit is real, that you're being guided, that you're loved, you're safe, you're protected, and that you're powerful, okay? Because the magic happens through you. If you were drawn to both those readings, the magic happens through you. Anyway, I forget where I was. So let's just get some, I think, they do want me to get some of these, and then we'll do charms. Okay. So these are some like handwritten little channeled messages that I created for the Starborn reading. And they're just on Post-it notes, but let's take a look and see for group number 3. I feel this one, group number 3. I feel that one under there, those two. There's one more in here, they said, or they just said to keep going, so I'll keep going until, oh, it's that one right on top. Divinely guided. Okay, thank you. So you are most definitely divinely guided, group 3. That was what they really wanted to emphasize here. My needs are met as I follow my bliss. So yeah, follow your heart here. Open up to the divine. Ask for help, and then take action, because The divine will not come in and solve your problems for you, because that would do you a disservice at soul level, because you're here as a divine creator to experience a temporarily limited life so that you can actually come back into your true power. Okay, so you have, I am in need of healing. I am healed. You are definitely in need of healing here, you guys. And yeah, fractured, broken. So there's something here that, like the crack in the system, is letting in or even letting out energies that you need, vital force energies that you need. And depletion like that can result in things like depression and anxiety, because the system is not operating well, and it knows that, and it tries to alert you, and those warning bells start to go off. Like nervous system dysregulation is kind of like a warning bell. It's your body's way of letting you know something's wrong here. And then it's kind of up to you to start digging and looking for clues, and then piecing the pieces of that puzzle together so that you can create balance for yourself. But you first have to be willing to see it, because like she's got the wool over her eyes, so you've got to be honest with yourself. You literally had that card. And get out of delusion is what they just said. Illusion and delusion are false realities that are perpetuated and created by you, and create that disempowerment. That's what they said just now. So creating balance is realizing that you actually choose what you create. And if you're not choosing consciously, then your subconscious is going to choose for you. I am in need of healing. I'm healed. Yeah, we just said that. Sorry, fractured, broken. Right. Actually, let me just turn that over, because you are healing. You are healed. Moderation, balance. Where I direct my will, I create a way. Yeah. My reality is my creation. They really want you to acknowledge that. If you've been stuck in disempowerment and feeling as though you're a victim to circumstance, part of that is valid. I get it. I've been there, and I felt like I was a victim to my own mind, to my own body, to my external circumstances, to other people who treated me poorly. Rather, I chose and allowed to treat me poorly. It feels like it's happening to you, but it's not. It's happening through you. And this is the responsibility that you need to take to be able to free yourself from this. That's why they're saying you need to be really honest with yourself here, like radical honesty, to accept the fact that you've created this in some way. And that means you can uncreate it. And if it's triggering to hear me say that, that's good. Triggers are good. Embrace the trigger. Get upset, because that's going to show you where the healing is. Triggers point you to the wound. If you don't have the trigger, not that you don't have the trigger, if you don't listen to the trigger, if you allow that trigger to just keep coming up, but you're unconscious to what the motivating force is behind it, then you're creating your own victimhood. This is a little bit of tough love from spirit right now. They're coming in like very like strict about this. They're like, you know what, if you've been stuck in this reality for a long time and you feel like it's the only truth, they're telling you it's not. It's an illusion that you've created for yourself. It's your own personal hell. But guess what? You're the creator of that hell, which means you can also be the creator of heaven. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to choose differently through free will. I am infinite. I am all. Yes, you certainly are. And there's the infinity sign right there. So you're everything. You're not limited. You're not the devil is just disempowerment. It's our own disempowerment through our choices, through our actions, through free will. They're bringing up free will a lot in your reading. So understanding that concept is really, really going to help you here, because everything in this universe operates on the primary law of free will, which comes after the law of one. So divine union. My love expands and returns to me. So the more that you embody love, the more that that's going to expand and grow, the more that's going to be mirrored back to you. You literally create your own reality. You have timekeeper here. There is nothing but time. So like you create your own reality. There's nothing but time, because everything's the present moment. That actually came up in group 2 as well. But really, timekeeper is about the fact that you can change your fate, is what I just heard. You can balance out your karma. You can change your fate by becoming a timekeeper, a time lord, I just heard, which is essentially being able to use the ever-present infinite now to create bliss and healing to shift your timeline. So from this ever-present now, which is like right this frickin' second that you're watching this video, you can choose to change your fate. You can choose to change your reality. You are a divine creator. You are a God. You are not just human. You are an infinite God. Please remember that. This reality is your creation. It's a simulation. It's a dream. It's a very physical, tangible, lucid dream. Think of it that way. You're the dreamer of this dream. If your dream has been a nightmare, you just need to exert the control to be able to shift it to a beautiful dream, a pleasant dream, a blissful dream. And you can do that. And I'm proof of that because I did it. So if I can do it, you can do it. Because I can tell you that I was in the darkest periods of my life for years. And through sheer will, I got myself out of it. And that's what they're saying, is that your reality is your creation. Where I direct my will, I create a way. Just don't give up. Like if you just refuse to give up, you've already won. Because nothing can break you, and you're just going to continually use your will to create better and better results for yourself. And you just need to kind of practice that, because you're not going to get it right the first time. You don't just say like, okay, I take responsibility for this. I want to understand what's disempowering me, or what I'm allowing to disempower me or creating that's disempowering. And then boom, now it's fixed. It's like you got to hone and refine it. It's trial and error. That's temperance. It is trial and error. It's kind of like experimenting, getting the hang of using your will, trusting yourself to be able to create reality that's going to serve you. Like it's a whole big process, and it does take some time, but you've got nothing but time. Group number 3, because you're an infinite being and your mortal self is part of that illusion, right? Like it's part of the dream. It's part of the matrix. It's not like you're not temporary. But this ego self that you've developed is, and that's probably why it feels so stuck and limited and small. But you've got to remember that you are not that. That is just the operating system. And you can update that operating system at any time that you want to. Okay. Yeah, let's get some charms. All right, so for group 3, what final messages from the angels and the higher realms do they need to hear right now? Okay, so you have the donut. This is making me think of like joy and bliss. It's the sweet things of life. It's the good things that we enjoy. But in excess, it can become disempowering. That's the devil energy, right? Like if all we eat is donuts all day and we gorge on them because it's the only joy that we have or the only moments of groundedness that we experience, then that's going to create an imbalance. Then all the sugar and all the wheat and all of the, the inflammatory things are going to start affecting our system, which is going to affect our mind, which is going to affect our emotions, and that's going to affect our creation. So it's like we have to temper this. We have to moderate ourselves. A little bit is okay, but a lot is not in anything. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Too much of a bad thing can be a really bad thing. You have the world here. So the world is in the palm of your hands, group number 3. As you will it, so it shall be, is what they just said. So you need to take control of your world. Your reality is in your hands. You need to do something about it. And they want me to put it like on top. That's so funny. Putting the world like on top of the donut. The donut also makes me think of toroidal field flow, like vital force energy flow. It kind of looks in the shape of like a big donut or an infinity sign, the way that it surrounds you like this, but it also goes like this. Just if you haven't looked up toroidal flow before, or you're not familiar with it, I would advise you to Google it so you can understand how energy moves. You do have the super glue here as well. So there's some attachment that needs to be broken. The devil card is what attachment is, and anything that we are attached to disempowers us. Detachment is the highest expression of unconditional love, because you can love something and not be dependent upon it for your happiness, for your bliss, for your creation. It's detachment that's going to free you from this situation. But again, you don't want to hear this. You need to be honest with yourself, group number 3. Those of you who are still here, you've gotten through the strict or stern talking to from spirit. there's still an aspect of you that doesn't want to hear this. It's your ego that wants to stay victimized. It wants to stay disempowered because it's actually afraid of stepping into the responsibility and the power that that will bring. But you're meant to be the creator of your world, and not just because it's like destined or something, but that's because that's who you are. Your ego doesn't understand that because it's finite and limited, but your soul self is infinite, and you are very skilled at creating, so you can trust that. I love that you have the dove on the heart here. This was actually something that I got from my first communion. I was raised Catholic and Irish Catholic, and the dove here was given to me on my first communion, and I've kept this all these years. I think I was in like grade 1 or something like that, and it's beautiful. It represents to me peace and the healing of the heart. It's like you're being able to release these attachments, to accept what needs to be accepted and take responsibility for what you've created. And that's going to give you peace in your heart. You're going to be able to let a lot of things go, and you're going to, you're not going to be quite so grabby-on-y. Grabby-on-y, that's not even a word. You're not going to be quite so attached to things, because the claw, it's like these things, you're like grabbing onto stuff because you're trying to get like a sense of groundedness, but that's like a false illusion of groundedness. Really, it's detachment that actually gives you the highest groundedness. And that seems like it seems counterintuitive, but it's not, because it's all paradoxical. So to be truly connected, you need to detach, and to attach to things is a false illusion of connection, and actually creates disconnection from yourself and from others. So you see how it's like complete opposites, but that's how paradox works, and that's how unity works, because it's beyond duality. So that is what I see for you, group number 3. They're definitely just wanting you to step into your power and detach from some of those negative patterns of thought, of emotions, of patterns of behavior. Choose a more aligned life for yourself, whatever that happens to look like. If it's religious, if it's spiritual, if it's more practical, and well, spirituality can be practical too, but I just mean like if it's more conventional, then that's fine. Do whatever works for you. There's no wrong way to do it other than to continue to play the victim and feel stuck in the creation of your own reality. Like, you are super freaking powerful, group number 3, and own it. Like, just, you need to own that, okay? Freaking own it, because you're here to be a divine creator. You're not here to suffer in lack. And as soon as you take responsibility for that, you're going to change your circumstances. I promise you that. All right. Shevon out. I'll stop preaching at you. Thank you guys, for those of you who are still here. You're the real ones, because you were willing to listen. Even if it was just to this video, you were willing to listen, and that's something. And I want to commend you for that, because it takes courage to face your darkness. It really does. I know that personally. So no judgments from me, because I've been there. I have been there, and it sucks. But you can get yourself out. All right, guys, so I'm sending you so much love, protection, and empowerment for you to free yourself from these chains of the restrictions and attachments that have been keeping you limited, creating balance through creation of your reality in divine time. All right, guys, I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, group number 4. Welcome to your messages from above reading. Let's take a look at your cards and see what those messages are. You have Angel Therapy, Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to us, angels, and allow us to take your burdens. They're really drawing my attention to that Flower of Life spiral in this card. Yeah, it's like a sacred geometry. I feel like there's something to do with that that's going to be healing for you, or that is healing for you currently. Clear and shield your energy. Yeah, because that sacred geometry is going to, like, I just heard, rectify your field. And it's going to help you to clear and shield your energy. El Moria, he's really powerful at activation and transmutation. So Archangel Raphael and El Moria are here in the reading for you, group 4. You have Innocence, Beloved One. Everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook, and enjoy the peace within your heart once more. Okay, you also have change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. I love that it says newborn here, and we have innocence, and she's literally holding a baby in her hands. So this could be like a newborn life for yourself that you're creating. This could be like a literal birth. But we'll get more information as we go. Communicate clearly. Beautiful card. Look at those dolphins. It's right there. Okay. So just right off the bat, I'm getting an indication that there is some healing. You're going through a change in direction. It's giving me slight group number 3 vibes, but not quite as intense. They got like a real stern talking to, and for you guys, I feel like it's a little more gentle, but you guys are redirecting in some way, and you're needing to communicate clearly, and that means both speaking and listening, because communication it's a tango. It's like it takes two to tango. It's a two-way street. So we have to have both of those aspects involved in the process of communication. And this goes for the people in your life, but it also goes for your communication and work with your guides and your angels, because that's what they're really talking about here, is clearing and shielding your energy through communication with the divine. And however that looks for you is going to be unique to each of you, because we all have different soul expressions, different soul gifts, things like that. But generally speaking, if you set the intention to communicate, then you will, because your intention is there. That's the energetic signature that creates everything, is intention. So where your focus goes, energy flows. You're a divine creator. I'm being called to grab some clarifiers here, but I actually want to shuffle the deck really quickly. Pull some now. Okay, so for group number 4, nope, not that one. Okay. You have the King of Cups and the Four of Cups. So receiving is important for you here. That's why they had, like, when we think of communication, usually people just think about talking or expressing, but it's for you, a lot of this is about receiving. You have to be open to receive this communication, or you have to be open to receive this healing, because they're reminding me that Archangel Raphael is the healer. So he operates at the green ray energy, and he helps to heal your emotions. He helps to heal your heart, can even help to heal your body. But you have to be kind of open to that and welcome it in. You have the Seven of Wands here as well. You may need to communicate clearly with other people as well. I think that that's definitely part of it, because it's like you have an innocence inside you that needs to be protected, group 4. And so if you've been kind of letting things slide, or letting people kind of walk all over you, or your needs are not being met in your interpersonal relationships, then they're saying you need to set some boundaries, because that's going to help you to clear and shield your energy. So sometimes we can set boundaries energetically or telepathically through intention, and we can use an energy bubble to protect our field, or we can create kind of energetic barriers between us and other people. But sometimes the best forms of protection are really just like straight up communication and like practical boundaries, like saying, hey, I'm not going to let you talk to me that way. I don't deserve that. And if you just continue to speak to me that way, then I'm going to hang up the phone, or I'm going to walk out, or I'm going to leave, So it's like setting and enforcing those boundaries is what's going to really help to protect your energy and to help you to heal. Yes. Oh, so beautiful. You have the Ace of Cups. So this is very much about healing. Very much about healing. That's going to be the most important thing here. And that is like so priceless when it comes to clearing and shielding your energy. Because if you're healed, then there's no leaks in the ship, right? It's like they're saying it's not loose lips sink ships, it's permeated energy fields sink. Oh my god, I can't. That's like the worst tongue twister. Permeated energy fields sink ships. That's what they're saying, and I just completely bungled it. But hopefully you get the point. Oh, look at that. You got the Ace of Cups, which is like a new beginning of love and self-healing. And then you've got the 10 of Cups, which is the final conclusion of that intention, right? It's like that offer, that opportunity, that seed of love, that seed of self-care, that seed of healing. And then this is the outcome, which is like the happily ever after. It is the wish fulfillments, I just heard destined culmination point. Ooh. So for some of you guys, you've created in your soul contract that, look at that little angel there. You've created in your soul contract the opportunity for yourself in this lifetime to experience true bliss and to experience this, this happily ever after. It's beautiful. The Lovers, it's very much to do with other people too. So that's, I think, why they're saying communicating clearly, shielding your energy, coming from this place of innocence, like nurturing your inner child, maybe even having a child, because we did have that kind of message come up as well. The Ace of Cups can be like a seed of life, if you know what I mean. And the Lovers, I mean, come on, like that innuendo. The King of Pentacles, this could be with a masculine Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy, or you could be a male or masculine with that in your chart, or just very grounded and practical. Again, there needs to be clear communication, healthy boundaries, very important. And the 9 of Wands as well. So I feel like, I feel like you've been through some tests, group number 4. You've been through some tests, but those are coming to a close now, and your innocence has prevailed. Your healing and your intention to heal by surrendering to the divine and to the process of healing. It's like at one point maybe you weren't ready to do that, but you're surrendering to it now, or you have recently, and it's opening you up to a lot of new potential in regard to your timelines. This is kind of like you shifting your frequency through your conscious intention and free will, expressed through your actions. And then that, it's like these doorways open up into these different timelines. This looks like a beautiful timeline of love and reciprocation and healthy communication and boundaries. Actually, you do have 2 kings here as well. The King of Cups can be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. But you've got 2 masculine energies here that are like very grounded and yet emotionally healthy. So like successful physically, financially, but also emotionally healthy. So this could be the person you're becoming, or this could be the person that you are destined to encounter on this path to ultimate fulfillment, after you've set boundaries as necessary to protect your energy and keep yourself in alignment with this higher expression of love. Yeah, I see you like saging your space, clearing your energy. She's got that sage bundle there. It's like you're clearing and shielding your energy, because the wands around her, usually the 9 of Wands are all behind her, but these ones are kind of all around her, and it's like she's kind of built up, those are like her boundaries. She's like, look, I created this safe space for myself, and I'm keeping it clean, so like you take your shoes off when you come in, and if you refuse to take your shoes off, then you can't come in. Period. End of story. That's how you keep your heart clean. That's how you keep your energy pure, is you have to create these firm boundaries and enforce them to protect your innocence. I just heard It's a cruel world. So some of you may have experienced a lot of like harsh, and that's kind of the message I was getting from the Nine of Wands, is that you've been through some challenges, okay? And you may have learned that false lesson that this is a cruel world. It's not true. There's a lot of wounded people who are hurting, and they have not taken responsibility for that, and then they go on and hurt other people. They project. That's just unconsciousness. You know, it's like seeing the innocence underneath that doesn't mean accepting that behavior from others. So you can look at someone else and say, that's their inner child, their wounded self, that's their ego, that's their projection of their pain, and I can hold space for that and understand that, but that doesn't mean I have to stay in the same area or accept that treatment or continue to be in contact with them. Like sometimes you just have to completely extricate yourself from situations or relationships that are unhealthy. That's the greatest shield to your energy that you can do, is to focus on loving but detaching from these negative people, circumstances, situations, thought patterns, feelings, etc. Like it goes all across the board. So let's see where they want me to go next. They're directing me to the Astro Dice. So for group number 4, you have Pisces. Yeah, I did mention that with the King of Cups there, the 11th house, and Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of luck, expansion, blessings. It can also be about excess, but in this context of the reading, I feel like it's bringing you a lot of understanding, like deeper spiritual understanding. And you have Pisces, which is highly spiritual. It rules the 12th house. And this is to do with spirituality, mysticism, feeling, emotion, healing as well. And like deep, profound spiritual insights. And you also have the 11th house, which is to do with groups, associations, networks, friends, family, social connections of all kinds. And so I feel like you're like very much expanding your healing in regard to your connections to other people and to groups of people as well. Maybe even having a sense of community or a sense of belonging in a family, or something along those lines. But that's all coming as a result. Like if that's something you're manifesting, that's coming as a result of you healing yourself and setting these boundaries, because we can't have authentic, healthy connections with other people if we have an unhealthy connection with ourselves, which is what a lack of boundaries is. So the angels are really wanting to bring this to your attention right now, group 4, because it's going to help you to connect to the people who are meant to be in your life, and to disconnect from the people who are not. And you have to learn to tell the difference, is what they're saying. Or you have learned to tell the difference. I feel like many of you have learned to tell the difference. And you've protected your inner child, and you've done this healing, and you've done this shielding, and you've focused on the self-care, and you've moved into groups of people, or will be moving into groups of people who really respect you. That change in direction is leading you to these people, to your happily ever after, is what they're saying. So if you've recently changed direction in regard to what you will and won't allow in relationships, or how you treat yourself, then this is just confirmation for you that that was the right move, and you're going in a direction that's going to bring you a lot of healing, protection, abundance, support, community, healing. If I didn't say healing again, I'll say it like 2-3 times. Healing, healing, healing. And like healthy boundaries. You're just clearing your energy like big time. And they just said to me, when it rains, it pours, group number 4. I love when spirit rhymes. So I think when it rains, it pours can kind of be looked at from 2 different perspectives, right? Like when bad things happen, they all happen at once, or when good things happen, they all happen at once. And it's really kind of a direct result of what we are currently embodying, or what we're putting out or creating. So if bad things are all happening at once, it's because it's like you're trying to get your own attention, to kind of slap yourself in the face with things that need to be addressed internally that are attracting or creating those circumstances. On the other hand, when good things all happen at once, which is really what I'm seeing here in your reading, I see good things happening all at once because you have shifted your energy. You've focused on the love. You've really balanced things out here. And you were willing to take responsibility, because the 4 of Cups can be about not wanting to take responsibility, or not seeing the potentials, or even just being like disconnected from like what's going on around you or your creation. But I see you having taken steps to better your life. And that's what they're saying. They're like, when it rains, it pours, group 4. So get ready for some serious blessings coming in, and it's going to rain, it's going to pour. There's going to be like one good thing after another is what they're saying. One good thing after another. That's the blessings of Jupiter. And they're very spiritually aligned, divinely orchestrated. And they're going to, oh yeah, the 11th house is also about dreams, goals, wishes. It's like those deep desires that we hold at the core of our being. The deepest wishes of our heart. And they're very innocent. Usually they came from childhood. You have a lot of innocent inner child energy here. Or again, I'm getting like pregnancy. So for some of you, not for all of you, maybe even just for one of you, this is your desire for a child. Because Jupiter, they're showing me in my mind like the expansion of Jupiter being like the entire planet being in the belly. So it's like quite literally birthing something new. This could be a project as well, but for some of you it might be a baby, like an actual baby. So if that's something that you've always wanted to be a mother, or you've always wanted to be a father, they're saying when it rains, it pours. So lots of good things. Yeah. All right. I think your reading is a little bit of a shorter one because they didn't have too much to say here. It's really just kind of like you're on the right track. Make sure that you're continuing to clear and shield your energy, set those boundaries, enforce those boundaries, keep moving towards your happily ever after every step of the way, embracing joy, bliss, healing, power, strength, love. Take those opportunities as they come in, follow your heart, communicate clearly, and allow your soul to guide you. Yeah, that's all Spirit wanted to say to you. So I'm going to leave it at that. We don't have to go any deeper. So I hope that you enjoyed the reading and that you received these messages and that they made sense to you. And we'll see you in the next reading. Love you guys. Bye.